Mic check 1, 2, 3.
Let's get things kicked off, boys. Let's go with the first game that happened this week, Monday. West Ham versus Liverpool.
I guess you're looking at me to take it off.
Yeah, because you're the only Liverpool fan here.
Honestly, I listened to the last podcast and I was agreeing with a lot with what Eddie said, and
Remind us again, because I'm kind of forgetting right now.
well, basically says that we're not in the same form. We're struggling a little bit, and overall, that's exactly what happened in the West Ham game. I mean, I had high hopes, but defensive mistakes that are faulting us right now, and West Ham had an amazing game. They played very, very well, but at that point, it's like I don't know what to say more. The front line isn't firing, and we need them to start firing. We got lucky off offside goal. It shouldn't have been. We're not the unluckiest team anymore. I'll say it now, but I have no defense for Liverpool. They really did not play a good game.
Now, I think we all watched this game. I know I watched it. Diego, I'm pretty sure you watched it. Definitely watched it. It was definitely West Ham were playing for the amazing football, I think. And Diego, you did share with us with some links about what Klopp had to say to Pellegrini, to the coach. I'm sorry, to the ref of the game. Can you shed some light on that, and then we'll get into a brief discussion on that, because that is kind of I think it was a little controversy that occurred.
Yeah, Klopp. Actually, I'll start with while I was watching the game, and I was actually watching it with another friend, Josue, and both of us, all we saw was Klopp walk up to the refs, like right on the pitch, and then he was talking to them, and you can see Kevin Friend, like his body language is kind of like, like step back up, and the referees posted up right next to him too, because they kind of felt, I don't know if they felt like it was like a threatening situation or something, or just based off of what Klopp was saying. But one thing that
chill. It
Klopp
wasn't that
did
bad.
confirm.
No, it was pretty bad.
It was not that bad. I've seen Klopp go in much worse. Chill.
No, but he's all the ref. No, you're right. He has gone in words, but the ref was saying fall back. He was saying fall back.
Yeah, but come on, stop blowing it off. Get to the point.
Kevin Friend told him to back up.
He did.
So and Kevin Friend, he was like, he said,
what's the point of the story?
He said that he asked. he said he asked the ref. He said he asked the ref about the match and if they could talk, and then Kevin Friend's statement afterwards was that he told him, no, we don't talk at all. Like, you and I, we're not talking at all because the game's over. There's nothing to talk about. But and then afterwards, after they got off the pitch, he came back to them again, and he was still talking to them after he spoke with Pellegrini for God knows how long, and Pellegrini was like up putting like two in his face and everything, and they were like kind of getting up on each other. Some of the things that people were saying were like, if anyone else did that, they probably wouldn't have gotten away with something like that. But I digress.
Oh, stop. Come on. This is way too much. Like, you're trying to blow up something that there's nothing to be blown up about.
He's right, though. He's
not.
right.
Klopp is the top of the league.
Let's look at the track record.
Klopp is on top of the league. All the headlines are going to him. But this is what other managers have done.
No.
Dude, what did the
wait, hold on. Did Klopp not onto the pitch and not get all I got was fine? Hold on.
That has nothing to do with attacking the refs or talking to
No, that's talking about Klopp and not being treated equally as everybody else.
Now listen, what happened with the Burnley coach?
Yeah,
he talked shit about the refs. He had things to say. It's like other refs do it too.
Wait, what are you talking about? Talking shit about the refs? Nobody's talking shit about the refs. Is that
talking shit to refs? Talking shit about
refs? It's the fact that he's not being held blown to the same tier as all the other coaches.
They can all say whatever they want in their post-match interviews. That's different. They get fined for that. But I'm talking about like right after the game, he goes
nothing
on to
happened.
the pitch,
You're trying to blow up something about nothing.
No,
let's talk about the football. Let's talk about West Ham's great performance. Let's talk about Liverpool's shitty performance. You want to talk football? Let's talk football. But let's not talk headlines. This is bullshit.
This is not headlines. This is what's going on. There's something going on.
Yeah, you're reading into something that happened. Nothing really happened. Klopp wanted to talk to the ref. Pellegrini got pissed. Big deal. It's not the football.
You wouldn't get this upset.
I'm getting upset because we're not talking about the football.
Wrong.
I'm not talking about Klopp. I don't want to talk about Klopp. I want to talk about Liverpool and their shit performance.
That's a first.
But it's true.
Any other manager though, would they have gotten?
Dude, don't even come at it because you know how you would defend Mourinho when he was doing his shit.
Look at Arsene and how he got all this fucking bullshit for putting his hands on a ref.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you
He
remember
got
that?
What's your
four
point?
four
So
bans
what?
suspension. But Klopp runs into the pitch, all he gets is a fine. He goes up to the refs twice that they told him to back up and nothing.
Okay, all right. You're talking about Arsene putting his hands on the ref. Would you have defended Arsene?
No.
No,
You wouldn't have?
I'm fine with that.
I was fine with that. I
I'm
know.
fine with it, but
Yeah.
Klopp doesn't get that same thing.
He didn't put his hands on the ref.
But they told him back off, and he went up to the pitch, and they went back off, and they went up to them again.
All right, so if you're jealous that you don't have Klopp, I get it. But let's not talk about Klopp anymore. Let's talk about the football.
That was a good clap back.
What I'm saying is, aside from what he did, I think a lot of the stuff that I was reading actually were comparisons to like, what if another manager did it?
Okay, what if
And
another
obviously
manager
Mourinho's
did it?
not
What's
even
the
league
point?
anymore, so I'm not gonna
What's the
bring him up.
point?
Let him
But
get
imagine if
to
Pep
it.
did
You keep
that,
cutting him
or if
off.
Pochettino did that. That would still be headlines. Like, no manager should be able to get away with that anyway, because especially after full time, like it's done. What else is there to say, right?
Absolutely, you're right. Klopp had no defense after this game, and he went and talked to the refs, and the refs blew him off. But at the end of the day, what happened? It was a 1-1 game. Like, what are we talking about? The headlines?
So-
What's on the news, or are we talking about the football?
So do you think Klopp is starting to get nervous with the bad form they're hitting now? That's why he reacted this way?
Yes, absolutely. He has no defense. He was unsure what to say. He was blaming the refs. He wants to say that the refs' faulty call in Liverpool's favor sort of changed their opinion for the rest of the game, where they were trying to correct their calls because of the faulty call.
Do you think that was right?
I think Klopp is wrong about that. I think that's him manufacturing, calls or manufacturing a story which nobody's believing. But instead, it turns into these dumb headlines about him and Pellegrini getting into an argument and him going up to the refs. No, let's talk about the shit performance Liverpool put in. I'm cool with that. But let's not talk about dumbass clickbait headlines.
Well, clickbait is what gets why we're here. So let's. But no, okay, yeah. All right, so yeah,
The other thing that was actually kind of bold, and that definitely is aside from clickbait, that was something that he said in his post match was what Pellegrini had brought up, accusing Klopp of always benefiting from offside goals, and I think it's a bit of a stretch for him to say always, because
Exactly.
it only happened twice to him, but it has happened. So.
But it's
The way
happened
I
to
saw it was like
everybody.
he's
It's
talking
happened
from
to everybody. Liverpool has been damaged by
Right.
offside calls. It's this time it was in our
And
favor.
that leads to the bigger issue involving that game specifically, because you see one linesman not call offside, they get the equalizer, and then the second linesman didn't even put up his flag for a Regis goal, and if he had scored that, they would have probably gone up 2-1.
Yeah, and if they would have caught the first one, we would have lost. I mean, it is what it is. There's no VAR, so in next year this happens, 2 offside calls, Liverpool loses. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess the main reason why this is all again blown up is because, and I understand why this isn't really football. It's just headlines. I get it, but the thing is that why are you bitching to these refs when you literally were given a lifeline by getting this goal? I'm not saying this in defense of anybody, but this is what it comes down to.
Because
People
he
are
needs to
upset.
vent. He needs to vent, and he's going to vent to the refs. And he's going to vent to however he can twist it just a little bit to go to bed okay. But he knows he's wrong. I know he knows he's wrong. He just needs to vent. I'm not mad at him. He didn't go out and throw the players under the bus. He went at the refs. Okay, fine. That's a lot of coaches do that.
No, let's
I'm
talk
okay
about
with
the
that.
players a bit. Shaqiri came on, and there was one play where Klopp got really pissed off. And it was the one where Shaqiri, instead of shooting the ball, he passed it. It was one of those plays where it was like, let me just pass the ball so that way the pressure isn't on me and put the pressure on somebody else.
No. I don't think you can say that either, because I don't think Shaqiri's the one to shake off pressure. That's making him look in a bad light.
I've
But
seen
the
him
thing,
take these shots
yes,
clearly
and he
and
made the wrong
easily.
choice, and that's why Klopp's pissed off. Because Klopp wants him to use his ability, and he didn't use it at that point.
So you think he should be starting more because maybe that's not him playing as much as he maybe wants to
No,
be
that's just
playing?
because he made the wrong choice. Just because he made the wrong choice in one instance doesn't mean that he needs to start or he needs to come off the bench or say anything about his character. He made the wrong choice. Hopefully, after this, Klopp tells him, you get those, you take them.
Now, what's going on with your defensive issues? Because Larvin's out, Gomez is out. Who else is out?
Lovren's out. Gomez is out for another 6 weeks. He's going to need surgery after the fact. Yep, he's going to need surgery, unfortunately. So he's going to be out probably till April, possibly. Lovren, I think he's got a bad knock. He's going to be out for a little bit. Matip is playing. He's actually not doing too bad, but he is a fourth choice in the lineup. And Van Dijk actually was at fault for the Leicester goal when Maguire scored, and at this one, was he at fault?
No, it was just a set piece. Set piece is your problem, man.
Well, all of a sudden it's coming back up, set pieces, and it's set pieces we got to figure it out again. But although Van Dijk did play after being a little sick, I mean, I've played when I'm sick, and it's whatever. But at this level, if I think you're sick, it knocks you down a few pegs. Especially if you're playing, against high professional teams.
What are you gonna say?
So
I was gonna say we noticed the difference. No, I'm joking.
I noticed a difference on Van Dijk, and he's just not all there. But it's fine. It's fine. We got a point. I can't complain. It's just hopefully we'll turn it around for the next game.
Now, this is the last question I have to ask you because it is kind of like, what the fuck was Liverpool thinking in letting Klein go?
That's one fault that I have to give to Klopp. He is very loyal to his players, and he will not keep a player if the player doesn't want to be there. He did it with Coutinho. Coutinho had been forced. He was forcing the move at the beginning. Klopp convinced him to stay another 6 months. He did, but come the next window, he let him go, and we could have used Coutinho for the remaining of last season, right?
And this season,
season. But the idea was that he was going to get sold to Barca.
Yeah.
Coutinho wanted to go. He forced a move. Klopp said, all right, you really want to go in the next window? You go. Same thing with Kleiny. Kleiny has been playing. We've been needing a right back. And Klopp said, all right, you got a choice here. You can build something. And if Kleiny wanted to go, he let him go. Klopp is very loyal to his players, but loyal to a fault where he sometimes puts the players' wishes over the team's need. I don't blame him because I don't want to have a player that's not there. Because if a player doesn't want to be there, I get it. I'd be inclined to do the same in my point of view, but we fucking need him, and that's where he has to start making those big decisions, and that's why I sort of see his fault.
I guess Klein was inclined to leave.
And ever since the team has been declining.
Good one, Ricky. Good teamwork. I love how Edgar can never he's like, it's Klopp's fault, but he does this and that, and I love him so much.
Like, and
his penis is so big, and I like putting it in my.
I understand him because I can agree with his decisions. That's all I'm saying.
With that draw, that tightened the gap even more. And I do want to say one thing is that Edgar was trolling us when we let the Man City
in
score
his
on
defense,
us.
he did say it was one text.
Wait, what?
And it was a text that a Arsenal fan put out.
No. I'm talking about what he said before. And the Man City game where the first goal happened, he tried trolling us. Oh, damn, Arsenal can't do us any favors.
Yeah, and then I sent the picture of an Arsenal fan who said that they wanted to lose.
Correct.
Against Man City.
Correct.
Yeah.
But my question is, can you guys do yourselves any favors and stop drawing these fucking games?
You're right. Good
so
Yes.
I guess the question is Liverpool letting the cop slip away again? We'll find out. Now.